So, you heard eating one meal a day was healthy. So you started it. You started the diet. First, you started off with 17 hot dogs, and you're like, okay, this could probably be improved upon. I'm not doing it right. So you studied, and you looked for other people eating one meal a day, and then you found the Egyptian warlock, Dr. Almond Raw, who's like 70,000 pounds of pure muscle, but only eats 1,700 calories a day. How's that possible? So I've been doing this Almond Raw protocol, and it's like fires are being set off. Friendly fires, of course. I just feel so ignited, and I want to show you what I eat in a day. How I do this protocol is masterful genius at work. He's a scientist of the molecular field of anatomy. So what I eat in a day video doesn't have to be this complicated.
I love your colon, girl, it's my world. I won't ever make a sound.
So I've been researching health and experimenting with different diets for like 9 years now. And the one magical system that seems to be more magical than any other is that one meal a day plan where you're fasting like 22, 23 hours a day. I've tried fruitarian diets. I've tried raw vegan diets with more balance than just the sissy fruit boy meals. I've tried cooked, starch-based, like I've been all over the map. Paleo, goat butter and sheep dicks, juice fasts, you name it, I've done it. I've fermented things, I've licked things. I've done it all. But it seems to be when I fast and just eat the one meal a day, that trumps any other system. I could eat rice and beans 3 times a day, feel like shit. Remove the 2 meals, eat once a day, rice and beans still, same meal, just get rid of the 2, boom. Magic happens. Something about that systematic fast for like so long. It's so healing. The autophagy kicks in, regeneration of all your cells. It's like, no matter what you're gonna eat, one meal a day, boom, start that. Then you have a chance. You have a fighting chance at living past 13. So I've experimented with several different styles of the one meal a day plan. I've done the high fat vegan. I tried fruitarian. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. And now I'm doing it the way Dr. Almond Raw suggests you do it. Starch-based, rice and beans, tons of protein for the gains. You want to stop the autophagy at some point. You're eating your body, getting rid of stupid cells that are useless, dead, dying, weak cells, so you eat those. That's a good thing, but if you continue that process, you're gonna end up like a Skeletor man, dying zombie bitch. So it's important to halt that eating of the body so you can preserve your lean muscle mass and not look like a loser. So far the starch-based one meal a day seems to be giving me the most energy, firepower. Just like people walk up, hey, how's it going, Steve? Take that, Steve. So I'm gonna show you what I eat, how I prepare my one meal, and why I do it in this very specific way, and how I break the fast and when I break it. And then we'll talk a little bit about the differences between the high fat versus high carb and why both are good and one's better and the fruit diet in the middle sucks. So let's roll the clip. I'll see you in a couple minutes. You're not going to watch the clip. Before I go to bed, I measure about 250 grams of these mung beans here, and I soak them overnight with that kombu. It's a seaweed that helps the digestion of beans. It has an enzyme that breaks down the bean sugars. And then you don't fart. So I soak them overnight, and then I leave them in this strainer all day, and they sprout. They end up sprouting. Oh my goodness. They sprout just a little bit. And around 1 p.m., I start to cook. So I just add my mung beans and about 900 milliliters of water to my stainless steel pot. Aluminum free. Oh my God. Oh, that's loud. Boom. I cook that for 1 hour. Once the beans are done, I store them in a little container so they keep warm. That's a lot of beans. So they'll keep warm for hours like that. Put the lid on, jackass. Not gonna stay warm if you don't put the lid on it. So now I weigh out some rice. I'm just weighing everything to get a baseline understanding. 233 grams we're going for. Ah shit, 235. I'm just gonna throw this out. So I'm just weighing everything now to get an understanding of how much calories and how much protein does it take for me to build muscle, feel good, feel strong, gain a bit of weight, and I want to track it. So basically I rinse the rice and then I start chopping up some ginger and these mushrooms. Mushrooms are tasteless out here in Thailand. That's a funny thing. They have zero taste whatsoever. It's just rubbery fun. These are like my favorite thing ever. Kaffir lime leaves. Oh my goodness. They're so delicious. I throw a couple leaves in my rice thing. The spinach I'll chop up, and when the rice is finished and it's done cooking, I'll throw it in the pot just so it can kind of warm up a bit. I don't cook it, but it kind of cooks. Go F yourself. And then I'll soak a tablespoon of chia seeds into a cup of soy milk, and I'll dump that in the rice just as an extra fun times thing. And this will be the first time I've ever tried this. It's a miso lime dressing sauce thing. So I like my sauces. I've been having just basically Tabasco sauce lately. So this should be interesting. See what that tastes like, I'll let you know. So there's everything in the pot. I added a bunch of thyme and some cayenne pepper. And now I just add the water. Oh my goodness. And we cook it for like half an hour. Same pot. I didn't wash it. You don't have to wash the pot. You can just use your bean pot. And we move along. So now that that's all finished cooking, I just chop up my spinach and drop it in there. That's healthy. That's the healthy stuff. So yeah, just throw that in there and then put the lid on. And we await. So at some point, you're gonna wanna add your soy milk and chia seed concoction to the stuff. And then you stir it up. You stir it up with your trusty wooden spoon. And we're just stirring. We're just stirring stuff. There's your meal. That's part of the meal. Yummy, all the kaffir lime leaves. You have no idea. That's the best thing about Thailand so far. So I've been breaking my fast at 4 p.m. every day for the last couple weeks. And it takes me about an hour and 45 minutes to eat my meal. So it's a 22-hour fast. And when I'm ready to break it, I break it with the luscious coconuts of the gods. I chop open 3 of them. It's still like less than a liter. I need some bigger coconuts. But I weigh the liquid. I'm just curious to see how many calories are in that. The only things I don't weigh are the ginger, mushrooms, little things like that. Nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I got time for a lot of things, but not for that. 676 grams. Yummy, yummy. Then I give my gecko some coconut meat. I have a pet gecko now. He eats my coconuts. I drink the water, he eats the meat. It's a good relationship. We're symbiotic. I highly encourage you to get one of these giant OMAD bowls. I finally got mine. It's a rooster bowl. It's a rooster bowl. So now I can fit all my food into one plate. It's not a plate. I realize that. So I just dump all my rice into the bowl here. Don't waste a single grain. Then I'll spread it out. I'll make a little hole in the middle for my beans to sit in. The beans get tired and they need to rest in a hole. So you put them in that hole. Oh my goodness. That's the piece of seaweed. I just eat that thing. It's kind of yummy. Now, the secret. Have you ever had black garlic? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea? Have you ever had that? It is so yummy. They like cook it for 30 days or something and it turns black inside. I'll show you one of them. They say it makes everything more potent. I don't know that I believe the health claims of it. Where is it? There. It's just black inside, but it tastes sweet and yummy and delicious. And I just eat like 6 of those. They gotta help with something. So that's my entire meal. And then I'm just gonna have this stuff as desired. And we're done. We are done. So that's how I've been doing it. I'm soaking those beans and cooking them for an hour. So those are perfectly digestible. I'm getting 0 gas. At least there's gas. Don't get me wrong, there is gas. But it doesn't smell bad. So you get, if you eat undercooked beans, some people don't soak them. You go out to eat a burrito somewhere and it's just like these hard beans. It's like, yeah, expect to explode gaseously. It's a nightmare. So the food is properly prepared. I'm adding in the virus-killing plants like garlic and thyme, and it's like a medicinal meal. But I don't just eat it. I don't just eat it whenever I want. Oh, I'm just gonna break it at 1 o'clock. Shut up. It's best to get into a rhythm. So what I do, I make my Veganite juice drink. If you can think of a better name, I'm open to it. But video, how to make it. It's a hydrating electrolyte drink. I'll show you how to make it in the video, so I'm not gonna show you now. But it's very hydrating. It's so much better than just water. Not even close. So I drink that throughout the day. And if I get thirsty after that, it's like 1.5 liters. Why am I talking like a southern prick who's riding a pig to the farm? So I drink that, and if I get thirsty still after that, I'll have some fresh water, because usually I'm working out, I'm sweating, it's Thailand, it's 40 degrees, it's hotter than my grandmother's undercarriage. What? Rest in peace, Nanny. I didn't mean that. You're up there? You didn't go to hell. That's good. Good, congrats. So it's just water throughout the day with electrolytes, and then when it comes time to break my fast, 4 p.m. I break it. I've worked this out. This seems to be the best for me and my lifestyle. Maybe you have to do it later or earlier, depending on your job. If you get home at like 6, obviously you can't just start eating your meal at work in your office. It's like, you're still gonna pay me, right, to eat? I know I'm not getting much done, but I'm hungry. So we can work this out. No, I'm fired. So tailor it to you and your life. For a while I was going to Vegetarian Society, this restaurant here, because it's so cheap, and they close at 2 p.m. So I was starting my meal at like 12, but I didn't like that feeling. I was so tired after that meal, and that's the miracle of this starch-based thing. I'm not tired even after I eat. I'm like, what's happening? I'm like energized. I'm like, wow, starch is like this sustainable sugar rise. Unlike the fruit rush of a mountain. Fruit's that annoying kid in the back of your car who won't shut up. And he's like, are we there yet? Come on, Dad, drive faster, Dad, you're a loser. I hope Mom leaves you. We're getting off track. I realize that. I'm sorry. But I don't even know what the video's about anymore. But when you're ready to break your fast, finally, it's just so satisfying and delicious, and I feel good after it. So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. And if I'm gonna compare it to the high fat way, because I tried the high fruit way, 1 meal a day, and the reason I did that, because I was getting a lot of flack in the comments, like, what are you doing? You can't do 1 meal a day fruitarian, don't you know that? Didn't you go to Harvard of fruit? Fruit Harvard? This was my last ditch attempt at making the fruitarian style diet work. And this was it. This was my last shot at it. Because I've done everybody's giving me these suggestions, like just eat fruit throughout the day and then you get your cooked meal or your fatty salad. And it's like, that's what I've been doing for like 9 years. It doesn't work for me. I never got the results I wanted. So I tried all these things. I tried the 2 fruit meals and then a raw salad meal. I tried the 2 fruit meals and a cooked meal. Juice, fruit cooked, juice, fruit cooked. None of it. You're stimulating the insulin all day long. It's like your body never gets a chance to rest. If it works for you, go for it. So knowing that I feel so good on the 1 meal a day plan, I wanted to see if I could do 1 meal a day fruit plan, but it was just too much fiber, too much sweetness, the sugar. I was just like, leave me alone. So if you're gonna eat 1 meal a day, and you should, there's really only 2 options in my mind. Third one is stupid. You got your high fat diet, vegan, you piece of shit, and then your high carb diet. And for those who want to balance them in between, go balance on a shark, and I hope it eats your foot. I'll film it. From what I've studied, balancing high carb and high fat, eating lots of nuts and fruits and all of them together is a good way to get candida and fungus eating your dick. I said swear things. So I notice I do better on high fat or high carb, not both. So you do whatever the hell you want. But the high fat, I will say this, the differences between the 2, high fat I had better skin, but way worse digestion. This one I have good skin, much better digestion, so I'm already leaning up a little bit higher on the high carb, especially the starch based as opposed to fruit based. It's just so much more steady and it's so much easier to get more protein with the beans. I will say this though about the high fat, it's much more in alignment with the fasting because the goal when you're fasting is to burn your body fat for fuel. So you're like in ketosis while you're fasting, and it's so much easier to get there if you're already on a high fat diet used to burning fat and you don't have a ton of sugar all interspersed throughout your whole body. So I've noticed that it's easier to get into ketosis on the high fat, so they fit better. It feels like they're designed, they're married, they should be together, but still you can make it work on the high carb. You have to find a way to deplete your glycogen in the morning by running. Find a way, it's already found. You run, get rid of the glycogen, and then you start tapping into the fat. But it's not always an easy transition for everybody. Getting into that body fat burning mode when you're used to expecting sugar, it can be done. And the body uses both fuels at all times anyway, so some people struggle with both ways. Some can't burn the fat for fuel and they suck. They need carbs every 10 minutes. And others are just tapping into that body fat like you wouldn't believe. So all we can do is experiment on ourselves. You learn from people, see what they're doing, then you try it. You don't just go by what they say. You gotta feel it in your body and see if it works for you too, because it's not always repeatable. So this is what's working for me. If you're struggling on your diet, you don't feel very good, you have no energy, you're fat, you're sick, you're dumb, try this out. Fasting clears the mind, it clears the colon, and then you refuel with delicious food. It's like it has everything you need. So I like this. I'm happy eating like this. I could eat like this forever. Although I am thinking of doing a long, prolonged fast just to kickstart everything. Because I feel like this is the sustainable diet, starch-based OMAD, and I feel like I found the base. It's like the rice and beans and veggies, coconut water, it works. But I do want to do a long fast just to see how long I can go, see what it's like. If I'm going to promote water fasting as the ultimate healing tool, I have to have some experience on it. So I'm going to dive deep. I'm having nothing but coconut water today, and then I'm going to go as long as I can on just water. I'm a veganite. Drink. Wish me luck. I'm going to die, aren't I? So I think we're done here for today. Just a little what I eat in a day video. How do you do OMAD? You do it easily. It's not hard at all. The fasting is the best part. Some people worry about getting hungry. You could, if you're really bored. Yeah, a lot of people eat for entertainment, but really, are you hungry? Not really. If you're going for a bike ride and you have energy, you're not hungry. If you go for a long ass walk and you're happy and you're smiling at people, you're not hungry. When you're at home on the internet and you're just searching for videos to watch and you're bored, you hate your life, and you want to eat, you're not hungry still. The answer is you're never hungry, unless you're really hungry. True hunger is felt in the fallopian tubes, so you'll get the sensation. The men feel it quicker than the women because our fallopian tubes are more sensitive to light, and so I can just tell as the sun starts dimming. It's like, oh, yep, it's time. Feed the girls. You know what I'm saying? So we're done. I think we're done now. Thanks for watching the video. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you pet a rhinoceros and you took a selfie with a giraffe to make the rhino jealous. Just be straight. Just don't play the game, son. Just tap into the real. We don't need none of those games. Just be who you are. Be yourself. Okay, we're done. Thanks for watching. Get yourself a Vegetable Police t-shirt. Those look nice. I have eye malaria. It's part of my charm now. With the Terminator eye. So I can see robots. I like it. We're done. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos and the podcast and the Patreon. No? Too much? I got greedy. Okay. Subscribe though, still, for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope that recorded. I just did this video. It was so funny. I just did this video and it didn't record. I don't know how. I made 3 videos today, and the middle one, for some reason, it got corrupted, the file. I was like, no. I was on fire in the morning. Everything was so funny. We'll never know. There was kangaroo talk. Kangaroos fighting each other. Oh, God. But I picked myself back up. Instead of being pissed off, I said, no. You can make a funnier video. You can make a better video right now. Believe in yourself. I know it was the funniest video on earth, but you can make this one just as good, if not better. Nothing bad ever happens. So hopefully this one even fucking worked. Piece of shit. I'd kick you in the... Oh.